Hello, my name is Ulrich Jäger from the Medical University of Vienna, and I will speak today about the new developments that we saw at ASCO and EHA virtual meeting in 2020. The major developments for me were in principle in three fields. One was the CAR T-cell field, where we have an incredible number of abstracts. There were some consolidative works presented that showed real-world experience by various study groups with the already licensed two CAR T-cell products. And there, I think it's very comforting to say that the real-world data hold up. Even the British data that were presented before, where there was some questioning about the remission rate, showed consolidation, and I think we are very happy with the outcome there. What was new is certainly a number of developments in other indications. I would like to stress the follicular lymphoma abstract, the ZUMA-5 study, which was presented by Karen Jacobson, where we saw a high response rate in patients with double relapsed refractory follicular lymphoma. And we are looking forward to seeing this treatment going into routine applications. But also other CAR T cells in mantle cell lymphoma, for instance, were quite interesting. There were some attempts to improve the efficacy of the currently available CARs. We saw studies where the CARs were complemented by, for instance, pembrolizumab or other checkpoint inhibitors in order to boost the activity of the CARs. Not clear where we are going there, but interesting approaches. I was also impressed by the abstract that showed the bicistronic CD19, CD22 results in various applications, particularly in addition to pembrolizumab, and there also high response rates in small number of patients, but that's certainly an interesting way to go. And then a number of other CARs, adapter CARs, etc., which will improve the technology. In addition to these CAR T-cell treatments, and I have not mentioned all of them, but just my highlights, let's put it that way. In addition, there was also the outpatient treatment that is now popping up in several abstracts. So we will go more into safer applications than outpatient treatment. And then the other major field is the field of bispecific antibodies, or let's say bispecific agents that activate T cells and bring them closer together to the B-cell lymphoma cells. There we saw a number of interesting abstracts with different agents, mainly CD20 and CD3. We saw an abstract that Michael Dickinson presented at EHA, where very long responses were seen, and that's quite interesting. That seems to be actually specific for most of the bispecifics, that they produce plateaus, which means that now we have to put them into perspective with the CAR T cells. So where will the place of the bispecifics be? Where will the place of the CAR T cells be? Will they go together? Will they go in sequence? quite interesting developments. And finally, I would certainly like to point out the late-breaking abstract presented by Pierluigi Zinzani at EHA, where we saw in Hodgkin's lymphoma the direct comparison of pembrolizumab with brentuximab vedotin and in later lines. And there we certainly were impressed by the increased activity of the checkpoint inhibitor versus the brentuximab. So that is certainly another novel development. Many other highlights. Lymphoma field incredibly active and expanding. But to me, I think those were the abstracts I'd like to mention here.